So today the bowling alley was super busy. That is why I'm in the back of the pro shop. So today we're going to talk about spare shooting. And I know that's a little boring, but bear with me because it's important. If you make spares, you're going to grind, you're going to get 180s and 190s out of really hard pairs, and it's important to do that so you don't shoot yourself in the foot. So also I'm going to give you guys a cool retired gems featuring the Black Panther and the Wolf. Super old bowling balls. One's reactive, one's an old plastic ball. You might be surprised with the plastic ball, but I'm going to share 3 helpful tips on spare shooting that I won't even have to demo out for you because they're simple, they're hopefully going to help you, and it's free to learn. One thing that helps me with my spare shooting is to work on my fundamentals, meaning make sure when you get up to the foul line, you're going to post your shot at the spare, which means you're going to come to the foul line and you're going to stick it. You're not going to fall over, you're not going to step out of your shot by the time it gets to the arrows, and not only that, you're going to follow through at your spare, or at least in the general direction of where you want the ball to go. If you can do those 2 things, you can start making a lot more spares. And some things that can help you work on your fundamentals or give you ideas of what fundamentals to work on would be slower footwork in the beginning and then drive into the line. You don't want to try to throw the ball as hard as you can at the spares. If anything, you want to feel like efficiency in motion at your spares. You don't want to feel like you're squeezing the ball super hard, and when you throw out your spares, you want it to feel like it's coming off your hand well. Now, that doesn't mean you can't loft it at your spares or whatever, but as long as it's coming off clean, you feel like you're following through towards your spares, that's going to be a major help for making more spares. It is purely just about having sound fundamentals, because all spare shooting really is consistency, being able to stand up there and throw it at the 10 pin every time. And I guarantee you, everybody watching this video has been able to make all the spares that you can possibly make, but maybe struggling with consistency. This isn't necessarily about how to make the spare, it's about how to keep making the spares. And the more you deviate from your normal fundamentals, the more you get into bad habits. For me, pulling down from the top of my swing at spares, or just flat out throwing the ball too hard and using way too much muscle and not letting my fundamentals make the spares for me. That's tip number 1. What we have here is not a superhero, not the activist organization, but a bowling ball, the Black Panther. Funny story about this ball. It's an old bowling ball, roughly about 30 years old now, or well, maybe like 20 or 15 years old, but I found it on a rack at a tournament I recently cashed in and thought, hey, why not? It's an old ebonite ball. Maybe it's urethane. Found out it is a reactive ball. It's got like a light bulb core in it. It's a 2-piece ball. Was not able to find the differential on this or the RG. And I looked at a couple different websites online, had no luck. But I threw it once before I refurbished it. It's looking a lot better now, and hopefully it'll roll good. But I think the differential is around about 40 or so. The ball does flare like an okay bit. But I'm going to take this onto the lanes and we're going to see what it's like. But definitely a retired ball. Is it a gem? I don't know. My second spare shooting tip: get a plastic ball or a urethane ball. If you're going to bowl competitively across patterns, you want to simplify your spare shooting. This is tip number 2. So by being able to simplify your spare shooting, you'll be able to bowl on any pattern, any house, any lane surface, any variable you can think of, and you can make it all the same. And by doing so, you're going to be throwing a straight ball that's not going to hook. Now, obviously you can get away with throwing a reactive ball at your spares in some certain scenarios, but why not make it consistent? Why leave it up to the lane pattern that may or may not be super flat and hard to tell where your bowling ball is going to hook on the lane, and just throw it straight at your spares? A plastic ball, even if you do have a little bit of revs on your just normal spare release, a plastic ball will still go straight. And in fact, if I am made a liar and you do that and it still hooks a little bit, okay, here's some pro shop knowledge. See this label on the bowling ball? This is the middle part of the pancake weight blocker core. Technically there's not really a core in this ball, it's a pancake, but most plastic balls do have like a little bullet core on the top. Anyways, if you're a right-hander, shift the label away from your track. If you're a left-hander, shift the label a little bit away from your track, and what that does, it kills all the hook potential on the ball, meaning it will make it go really, really straight. Polish your ball. Keep it just micro, super shiny. You can tweeze your eyebrows in it polished. What this is going to do is going to go straight on every pattern. When you're bowling on short patterns and, you know, it's a pressure situation and you don't throw the best shot possible and your ball overhooks past the 10 pin, there you go. You can go home happy with second place, or even worse, knowing that you could have just threw it straight with a plastic ball. Irritating. You don't want to lose a lot of money that way, or potential money that you could earn doing it. Get a plastic ball, go straight at your spares. What we have here is also another retired ball. Is it a gem? Leave that in the likes, not the likes, the comment section, but I think this is a gem. We're going to take it on the lanes. You guys are going to see this compared to the Black Panther, and ironically enough, this is also ebonite, and it's the wolf. So apparently all the old bowling balls are just named after animals, so yeah, that's cool. So this is a kind of softer plastic ball, and it does have a pretty big core in it, and it hooks. It will hook. So we're going to take it on the lanes. I'm going to show you what she's like as well. Third tip of spare shooting is the mental aspect of it. When you get up there on the approach, have a pre-shot routine for your spares. I know you have one for your strikes, and if you don't have one for your strikes, get one. It's going to add consistency. It's going to give you time to calm down before your spare shot. It's going to give you time to breathe, get your heart rate where it needs to be. Gives you time to run through your little mental checklist of the fundamentals that you want to, or that you have to do in order to make a good shot. That's one thing. Another portion of the mental game is don't beat yourself up so much when you miss. I see time and time again, even on the highest pro level of bowling on the national tour, they make light of missing easy spares and they freak out afterward. Some of the best bowlers in the world will literally freak out because they miss it, or they automatically just atone that it's just horrible and it should never happen. Well, guess what? You're human, mistakes happen. Be okay with them. The next thing, be able to apply your mental game on your spares like you're applying it for your strike ball. Know when to calm yourself down. Know when to step off the approach and don't make a bad spare shot, and keep yourself from missing makeable spares when all that it took was just have a little bit more focus or a little bit more time taken for the spare. Take the time, don't beat yourself up, and you will start making more by purely just doing that. If you've made it this far into the video, hit that like and subscribe button because you're awesome. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the Black Panther in the comments, or the Wolf. Let me know which one's better. Who did it better? They're both Ebonite. Was Plastic better than Reactive? You know, who knows? We were on a house shop when we tested them out. And as always, if you guys want to see some more tips or some more gems, or you have any other kind of ideas you want to see me do, leave a comment in the comment section. And as always, keep on rolling.